Welcome, everybody. I'm so happy to see you all here today for our gentle yoga and Yoga Nidra practice. We're going to start our practice today in a comfortable seated position. So if sitting on the floor, the legs crossed is not something you'd like to do today, you can always plant the feet with the knees up high, or you can come to sit on a block that just provides a little bit more space for the hips. If you feel that over time as we sit here, you start to feel a little rounded or a little tight into the back. So finding our long, tall seat, keeping the belly engaged, the spine nice and long. Take a nice, slow, deep inhale. And exhale completely. Settling in, we'll start to draw some circles with the shoulders, rolling the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Taking some time to feel into shoulder area, the back, the neck, just noticing where sensations are arising here. Keeping that belly gently engaged, we'll pause with the shoulders in the back and down position with the collarbones nice and broad. Take a nice, slow, deep inhale. And with the exhale, begin to tilt the chin down towards the chest, stretching in across the back of the neck. Take a moment here to experience that sensation on the back of the neck. And then with kind of curiosity, start to move the head from side to side, little half circles here. Just noticing the spots that are experiencing some sensation, maybe some tightness or tenderness. From side to side, just exploring. Continue to keep the breath moving steady and slow in and out. And coming to stillness with the head, we'll bring the chin back towards the chest and inhale, bring the head back to neutral. Roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down a few times, integrating that movement. And we'll pause with the shoulders in the back and down position. Inhale to reach the arms up overhead, lifting the gaze up. And as you exhale, cactus the arms out towards the sides. Inhale to lift the gaze up, lift the fingers up. And exhale to cactus the arms, spreading across the chest, pulling down. One more time. Inhale, lift the arms, lift the gaze. Exhale, cactus the arms. Great work. Now we're going to bring the forearms together in front of us, squeezing them together, and then inhale to open them back. So warming up across the back and the chest as you squeeze the forearms together in front of you. Feel the shoulder blades spread on the back of the body, and then inhale to spread across the chest. Taking the movements just a little bit faster now, warming ourselves up. Get that little bit of push of the forearms together back behind you. Okay, we'll take our last 3, 2, and 1. Pause with the forearms together. We're going to bring the palms together in front of us. And we're going to pulse the palms or the fingertips towards the sky. A little inch to 2 inch kind of pop-ups of those fingers. Keeping the belly gently engaged. Keep breathing here. We'll take our last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Interlace the fingers, draw the knuckles underneath the chin. Starting to pair our breath with our movement. Inhale to lift the elbows up nice and high towards the sky. Exhale to tilt the head back, side out. Inhale, bring the head back to neutral. Lift the elbows up nice and high. Exhale, side out. Tilt the head back. 2 more times like that. Inhaling. And exhale. Last time, inhale, bring the head to neutral, lift the elbows up nice and high. Exhale, tilt the head back, side out, squeeze the forearms together. Bring the head back to neutral, lower the hands back down towards the lap, roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Pausing here for a moment, feeling that maybe warmth across the chest, the arms, the back. You're in a cross-legged position. I invite you to take the opposite crossing, a little toe wiggle, maybe rolling out the ankles, helping to get yourself kind of situated here in the seats. If you're in an alternate seated posture, just find some wiggle in through the legs. We'll engage the belly, it's lengthening. Inhale to reach the arms up overhead. Exhale to draw the hands back down through heart center. We'll extend the right arm out in front of us, taking our eagle arms. Bend that right elbow, wrap the left elbow underneath it. We're going to draw those elbows down in front of us, maybe starting to bring the backs of the hands towards each other, maybe the palms of the hands towards each other. We're going to continue to draw the elbows down. So if the hands are bound or not bound, it's all good. Draw those elbows down. Feel that spread of the shoulder blades on the back of the body. Take a nice, slow, deep breath here. Noticing where you are experiencing sensation. Now maybe start to tilt the chin down towards the chest. Still keeping the belly gently engaged, strengthening the front and the back of the core. Now again, with the chin, start to draw those half circles with the head, bringing right ear towards right shoulder, left ear towards left shoulder. So moving as slow as you can and really finding a sweet spot to work into. As you find that spot that is experiencing extra sensation, just give yourselves a nice, slow, deep round of breath. One more deep breath here. We'll bring the head back to neutral. Lifting the gaze, taking a little gentle back bend. As you inhale, roll the belly forward, shine the chest forward, lift the forearms up towards the sky, lift the gaze up towards the fingers. And as you exhale, draw the belly in, slowly start to round yourself down, getting a roundness into the back, bringing the forearms parallel with the floor. Let the head hang heavy here. As you take this forward fold, imagine that the back and the sides of the chest can open and expand to allow more oxygen in. Soften it anywhere that can be softened. I'll draw the belly in, and as you inhale, bring yourself back through neutral spine, unwind the arms, give the fingers a little twinkle, lifting them all the way up towards the sky. And then exhale to draw the hands down through heart center. Great work. We'll take those movements on the other side. Extending the left arm out in front of you, bend that left elbow. Wrap the right underneath. Draw the elbows down in front of you. Bring the backs of the hands towards each other, maybe the palms. Open or not, it's all good. Elbows pulled down, palms towards the face. Take a breath here, just noticing where you're experiencing sensation. Take a nice, slow, deep breath. See if you can slow the breath down as you exhale, imagining that you're breathing through a straw. We'll start to tilt the chin down towards the chest, noticing any sensations there. And then slowly, gently moving ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. Fantastic work. Starting to pause that movement into the head. We'll bring the gaze back to neutral, taking our gentle back bend. Roll the belly forward. Start to tilt the chest up towards the sky. Tilt the forearms up towards the sky, lifting the gaze. And that spread, noticing the sensations. With our exhale, start to round yourself back down into our forward fold, drawing the belly in, rounding across the back. Feeling that spread of the shoulder blades, chin towards the chest. Nice, slow, deep breath. Great work. Draw the belly in. Inhale, bring yourself back through neutral. Unwind the arms. Give the fingers a little wiggle, a little twinkle all the way up towards the sky. And exhale to draw the hands down through heart center. Pausing here for a moment. If you'd like to take some time to create a dedication or intention for your practice today, creating our sankalpa or our heartfelt desire, using positive language and the present tense. Statements like I am or it is. You can repeat this to yourself 3 times mentally. And as you're ready, releasing the hands back down towards the lap, pulling the shoulders a few times forward, up, back and down. We'll keep that right knee bent and we'll extend the left leg out in a big V shape. So if the feet touches the thigh, fine. If it doesn't and just opens wide, that's also a-okay. Just finding a wide-legged position where one knee is bent. From here, inhale, lift the arms up overhead, lift the gaze up, keep the belly engaged, lower the left hand down towards the outer left hip, reach up with the right fingers, and as you exhale, paint a rainbow shape with those right fingers over towards the left toes. Push into the left hand, help lengthen the waist, find a little bit of rotation into the collarbones. Maybe start to reach just a little bit more. Nice, slow, deep breath in and out, nice and slow. One more breath here. And as you exhale, rotate that right hand to plant down on the inside of that left foot. We're going to push into both hands, lengthen the spine, and start to rotate the collarbones over the left leg. It's a little bit of a rotation here. As you exhale, keeping the belly engaged, start to lean forward, keeping the spine as long as possible until you meet your max. You'll inhale to get a little mini back bend, and you'll exhale the forward fold just a little bit more. Let the head hang heavy here. Soften and release the head. Nice, slow, deep breath. Let that head maybe nod gently from side to side. Oh, yes, this little nod. Great. Starting to pause that movement into the head. Stay nice and low here. Walk the hands back towards center. In front of the hips, draw the lower belly in, and as you exhale, begin to ragdoll yourself all the way back up towards seated. Roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Great work. Extend that left leg now out into that big V shape, and we'll draw that left foot in. We'll bend in that left knee. Again, if the foot touches or if it doesn't touch, it's all good. Roll the shoulders again, forward, up, back, and down. Just re-lengthening the spine. Flex the right toes up towards the sky. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, switch sides. Lower the right hand down towards the outside of the right. Lift up with the left fingers and paint that rainbow shape with the left fingers towards the right toes. Push into the right hand. Help lengthen the waist. Get that little bit of rotation into the collarbones. Maybe start to gaze up towards the sky. Nice, slow, deep breaths here. Gentle. Stretching into the back, keeping the breath steady. See if you can slow down the breath, blowing out through a straw. With your next exhale, slowly lower the left hand back down towards the inside of that right leg. We're going to push into both hands, lengthen the spine, pivot the collarbones over that right leg. And then as you exhale, start to hinge forward from the hips, walking the hands out along the left leg. Stay nice and long here for a moment. Take a little mini back bend. Push into the palms, shine the chest forward. And then exhale to soften and release the torso down over the leg. Relaxing and releasing. Allow the head to be nice and heavy here. Maybe some gentle nodding of the head from side to side. Again, aim for that long, slow breath. Wonderful. Starting to make our way back through center. Stay nice and low. Walk the hands towards center. Draw the lower belly in and exhale. Ragdoll yourself all the way back up through seated. Roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. We'll extend the left leg back out. Coming into our big V shape, point and flex the toes, roll out the ankles, maybe a little wiggle into the feet. Feel nice and evenly grounded into those sitting bones. Draw the belly in, flex the toes towards the sky. Shoulders pull back and down. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, keep the belly engaged, hands straight down through the center. Place the hands down onto the floor. Take that little mini back bend, shine the chest forward, lift the gaze up. Exhale to soften and release, rounding down between the legs. Let the head be nice and heavy. Maybe nod the head, yes and no. Find that bit of gentle movement, maybe pausing in that area that's just asking for the bit of extra time today. Nice, slow, deep breath. Beautiful. Start to draw the lower belly in as you exhale. Ragdoll yourself all the way back up through seated, stacking vertebrae on top of vertebrae. Roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Bring the legs towards each other. Flex the toes up towards the sky, finding our Dandasana staff pose. Hands come down by the hips. Broaden the collarbones, belly draws in, toes flex up towards the sky, press into the palms. Lengthen the spine, feel nice and tall here. Noticing maybe that stretch in through the legs. Great work. One more breath here. Now, as you exhale, bend the knees, release some of that. We're going to plant the feet in front of us, feet parallel to each other, knees point up towards the sky. We're going to walk the hands behind the hips today, palms press into the floor, maybe coming up onto your knuckles, back behind you if that feels more comfortable. Notice broaden through the collarbones, feel nice and broad here. Belly draws in, gaze is neutral, down at the floor. We're going to take our boat pose in stages today. So keep the belly engaged, slowly start to lift one shin and then lower that shin down, lift the other shin, lower it down. Now you might choose to alternate lifting and lowering the shins, or you might choose to lift both shins up towards the sky. Just notice as you do that the breath still moves in and out nice and slow. So just feeling that breath, steady and slow. You might choose to keep the hands here back behind the hips, just supporting the lower back, or you might choose to extend the hands out towards the toes. Just make sure that you're still breathing. Main goal is to keep ourselves in that long, calm, slow breath so that we can get into our healing phase of the body. So keep the breath, breathing in and out. Great work, everyone. As you take your next exhale, we'll lower the feet back down towards the floor, grab on behind the backs of the thighs, move into our seated cat-cow. Inhale to push the chest forward, lift the gaze up towards the sky. Exhale, draw the belly in, round, gazing towards the navel. Inhaling, rocking forward, lift the gaze. Exhale to round. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Beautiful work. Rising back up in through our neutral spine. Roll the shoulders again, forward, up, back, and down. We'll take one more boat pose. So any of those variations that we did before, you can even choose to keep the feet planted today if you'd like. We're going to start by straightening the elbows, lowering the torso back at an angle. Keep the belly engaged and the collarbones nice and broad. So again, you're welcome to stay here with the feet planted. Just focus on that breath. If you'd like, you can alternate lifting and lowering the shins towards the sky, or you can lift both of them up towards the sky. You can keep the legs bound, or you can extend the hands out towards the toes. All's good. Just keep breathing steady and slow. If there's another variation of boat pose that you have in your practice that you'd like to extend into today, you are welcome to do so. Keep breathing. One more long, slow, deep breath here. With the exhale, slowly lower the feet back down towards the floor, grab onto the thighs, take those seated cat-cow movements. The inhale, lift up, look up. Exhale, round down and low down. Two more like that, inhaling. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Raising ourselves back up through neutral spine. We're going to roll over the legs and meet up in our tabletop position. Swinging the legs around back behind us. As you make your way into tabletop, I invite you to take a few breaths in bear pose. So finding that organic, intuitive movement, like a bear coming out of hibernation. A little sway of the hips from side to side. Maybe some barrel roll motions. Maybe some side body stretching. Just finding something that feels nice. A few long, slow, deep breaths here. Fantastic. Starting to find our stillness back at the mat, settling in for our tabletop. We're going to take our 50-50 plank or our bird dog pose today, extending the left leg back behind you. We're going to squeeze the muscles of that left leg and lift the left leg in line with the rest of the spine. Draw the belly in, push the mat away, start to get light in the right fingers. As you're ready, extend the right arm out in front of you. So the arm and the leg are in one nice long line. Take that long, slow, deep breath, breathing deeply. And we're going to start to kick up from the shoulder and the glutes, like we're lifting the arm and the leg up an inch or two. I'm going to take 10 of those. Ready? In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Lower the hands, lower the knee, rock back into child's pose, bringing the hips and the heels together towards the back of the mat. Roll out the wrists, maybe wiggle the fingers. Feel the breath moving slow in and out. Feeling that breath, staying connected there. Maybe choosing to come back to your intention or your dedication. Wonderful. Lift the gaze back up towards the fingers as you exhale, rising back up into our tabletop position. Settling in, finding that nice stable table, press into the palms so the sternum lifts away from the floor, belly draws in. Extend the right leg out back behind you and then kick up from that glute, lift the right leg in line with the rest of the spine. Gazing at that non-moving spot, start to get light in the left fingers, and as you're ready, extend the left arm out in front of you. Keep breathing steady and slow. Imagine that the arm and the leg are getting pulled in opposite directions. The breath moves evenly in and out. Now, again, we're going to start to kick up from the leg and the shoulder, strengthening the backside of the body. 10 of these little kickups. Ready in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Lower the hands, lower the knee. Take that child's pose again, hips and the heels towards the back of the mat. Start to take arms out, nice and long. Nice, slow, deep breath here. Starting to walk the hands over towards the left side of the mat. Grab onto the right wrist, lengthen out the right side of the body, let the head hang. Heavy, breathing deeply into the right side of the body. One more slow, deep breath. Releasing the bind of the hands, walk the hands back through center and then over to the right side of the mat. Grab onto that right wrist, lengthen out the right side of the body. Take a nice slow deep breath. One more time. Beautiful. Bring the hands back through center. Press the palms into the floor, rising up into our table. From table, slowly extend both legs out back behind you, meeting up in our plank pose. So tucking the toes, extending the legs, keep the hips in line with the shoulders, press the mat away, feel nice and strong into the back. With the next exhale, push the hips up towards the sky, coming into our downward facing dog. Press into the palms so the shoulders press back, allow the head to dangle here. Nice, slow, deep breath. We'll inhale to lift the gaze towards the fingers. As you exhale, roll forward again into our plank pose. The shoulders over the wrists, the hips in a nice slow line. Beautiful work. Keep the belly engaged. As you take your next exhale, lower the knees down towards the floor, bend the elbows, lower the chest all the way down towards the floor, taking that half push-up. Extend the legs out nice and long back behind you. Put the hands underneath the armpits, squeeze the elbows in towards the body. Inhale, push into the palms, lift the chest up, lift the gaze up, coming into our low cobra. Exhale, slowly lower the head and the chest back down towards the floor. Okay, one more back bend here. We'll take another low cobra without the effort of our hands. Well, I mean, we'll use the hands, but then we'll take the hands. To squeeze the muscles of the legs, squeeze the muscles of the glutes. Feel that lower body engage. Gazing forward, inhale, push into the palms, start to peel the chest up off the floor. Now, start to remove some of the weight from the hands, maybe just coming up onto the fingertips, maybe lifting the hands entirely. Beautiful work, nice, slow, deep breath. Exhale, slowly soften and release everything back down onto the floor. Hands underneath the armpits, squeeze the elbows in towards the body, push into the knees. Exhale, rise ourselves all the way up to the table, coming into our child's pose. Push the heels towards the hips at the back of the mat. Take a nice, slow, deep round of breath, stretching out that lower back. Beautiful work with those cobras. Excellent work. Bring the gaze again up towards the top of the mat. Exhale, rise up into table. Tuck the toes behind you. Push the hips up towards the sky for our downward facing dog. This time in down dog, feel free to pedal out the feet, lifting and lowering the heels, stretching into the backs of the legs. Allow the head to be nice and heavy. Maybe nod the head from side to side if that feels nice. Wonderful. We're going to start to take this dog walk to meet up in our forward fold, walking the hands and the feet towards each other to meet up in a forward fold. Add a nice softness into the knees, a little drape, a little dangle of the torso. You might even grab opposite elbows and enjoy a gentle sway from side to side. Slow, deep breaths. Starting to pause the movement of that dangle, releasing opposite elbows, increasing the bend of the knees, draw the lower belly in, and as you exhale, begin to ragdoll yourself all the way up through standing, stacking vertebrae on top of vertebrae, head comes up last. We'll roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Beautiful. Another one of those rolls. And we'll meet up as you feel complete in our Tadasana mountain pose. Feet plant down into the floor, belly engaged, fingers extend towards the floor. Take a nice, slow, deep inhale here, maybe coming back to your intention or your dedication. Bringing some movement into our standing asanas. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead, lift the gaze up. Exhale, open up the arms, swan dive forward, hinge from the hips, lowering all the way down nice and slow. Bring the hands towards the shins. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise ourselves all the way back up through standing, stacking vertebrae on top of vertebrae, arms come up, gaze up. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. From standing, start to find our chair pose. Bend the knees, sit the hips back, keep the belly engaged. Sit those hips back, draw the belly in, extend the arms up, overhead, gaze up. Exhale to forward fold. Bring the hands back down through heart center, lower the torso down over the legs, straighten the knees. Bring the hands towards the shins. Inhale, rise up halfway, lengthen through the spine. Exhale to forward fold. Finding another chair pose, bend the knees, sit the hips back, draw the belly in. Inhale to reach the arms, the chest, the gaze up, with the foot dip. Exhale, rise to stand, hands come through heart center. Excellent work. And welcome. We'll take one more of those. Inhale, so lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, draw the hands down from heart center. Start to bend the knees, push the hips back, draw the belly in. Your next inhale, reach the arms up overhead, finding chair. Exhale, forward fold, soften and release, lowering the torso down. Place the hands on the shins. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Take a moment here, just allow yourself to dangle in this forward fold. Great work. Starting to come into our chair from this position. Draw the belly in, bend the knees, sit the hips back. Inhale to reach the arms up overhead, gaze up. Exhale, rise into standing. Hands come through heart center. Wonderful work. We're going to play with our balance positions next. So either staying where you are, finding a nice stable spot on the floor near a wall or anything you might have at home. We'll start by finding a nice position for the hands, either at the hips or at heart center. We're going to root down in through our right foot, starting to squeeze that right thigh, squeeze the right glute, staring at a non-moving spot in front of us. We're going to start to get light in the left foot, coming up onto that left toe. Just feeling the weight distribution there in the right foot. Continue to squeeze the right thigh, squeeze the right glute. Take that nice, slow, deep breath. Keep the belly engaged. And as you exhale, slowly begin to lift that left knee, or just play with the balance, tapping, lifting, and lowering that left knee. You can choose to keep it lifted. Beautiful. If you've got the knee lifted, you can slowly start to open the left knee out towards the left side of the room, either with the use of that left hand or just kind of sling it over there. Beautiful work. Nice and slow breath. Great work. Bring the knee back to center and then slowly lower the foot all the way back down towards the ground. Roll out that right ankle, release the hands down by the sides. We'll plant the feet and then windmill ourselves around, rotating side. Great work. Starting to find stillness again. Coming back into our mountain pose, extending the fingers down towards the floor, rooting down in through the ground, draw the belly in, feel nice and long here through the spine. Push down in through that left foot, gazing at that non-moving spot. Find a placement of the hands, either at the hips or at heart center. Staring at our non-moving spot, we're going to start to get lighter and lighter in that right foot, coming up onto the right toe. Feel that balance in the left leg. You might start to tease the balance by lifting and lowering that right knee up and down. Or you might choose to lift that right knee, keeping it stable. If you've got that knee lifted and you're feeling like you're ready for the next challenge of the balance, you can start to open that right knee out towards the right side of the room. And nice, slow, deep breath in and out. Beautiful. Bringing the knee back to center, slowly lower that right foot all the way back down towards the floor. Release the hands, roll out that left ankle, and then we'll windmill ourselves around. Fantastic. Starting to pause that movement, coming back to stillness. Root down in through the feet, extend the fingers down towards the floor, lengthen through the spine. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead, lift the gaze up. Exhale, open up the arms, swan dive forward, hinge from the hips. Coming all the way back down to our forward fold. Bring the hands towards the shins. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, rise ourselves all the way back up through standing, stacking vertebrae on top of vertebrae. Arms come up, gaze up. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Great work. We're going to bring our tennis ball over to the left foot. We're working a little bit with the balance as well as a nice deep foot massage here. We're going to bring that tennis ball to the toe area of that left foot. So make this a little more yoga-y. You can bring the hands towards the hips or towards heart center. We're going to again find our dristi, that non-moving spot, and we're just going to roll out the toes, just feeling them stretch back, that little bit of flexion there, and then we'll move the ball down towards the toe mound area. Maybe the big toe mound would appreciate a little bit of pressure, maybe the rest of the toes, just feeling into the foot. We're just going to explore the sole of the foot with this tennis ball. I'm going to take that tennis ball and move it along the outer edge of the left foot. Maybe noticing any sore spots, any areas. I'm going to move the ball now into the heel. Rolling it out the back, all around that heel bone. I'll start to move the ball in towards the arch of that left foot. As you take these movements with the tennis ball, I invite you to invite a sense of release in the muscles instead of pushing so hard into any foot knots, which can really cause them to tighten back up even more. So we're just being light, we're being tender with these knots in the feet if we're finding any, we're just noticing. You can bring the ball back to any place in the foot that felt maybe especially beneficial to you today. Feeling that right leg nice and strongly supporting us in this movement. Feeling the breath moving naturally in and out. And we'll take our foot off the tennis ball, bringing the tennis ball over towards the right side of the foot. We're going to place both feet down into the floor, just noticing that sensation. Great. Bringing the hands again, either towards the hips or to heart center. We'll start again with the tennis ball along the toes, just rolling out that toe area. And into the toe mounds. Outer edge of the foot. Down into the heel of the foot. To the arch of the foot. And then revisiting any spot that maybe felt extra nice. Take one more slow, deep breath here, pressing gently into any spots. Just feel like they can benefit from the extra time. And slowly, gently place the tennis ball off to the side. Root down again in through the feet, extending the fingers down towards the floor. Take a nice, slow, deep breath. Wonderful. Inhale to lift the arms up overhead, lift the gaze up. Exhale, open up the arms, swan dive forward, hinge from the hips. Bringing the hands towards the shins. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, the forward fold. Inhale, rise yourself all the way back up through standing, stacking vertebrae on top of vertebrae. Arms come up, gaze up. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Root down in through that right foot, squeeze the right thigh, squeeze the right glute. We'll start to get light in the left foot. As you're ready, we're going to take a big step forward with the left foot towards the top of the mat. And our back foot, we're going to swivel it out towards the short edge of the mat. You might find that heel toeing the feet forward or back a little bit just gives us a little wider stance. Might feel better in the hips. Lengthen through the spine, and as you exhale, start to bend the left knee over the left ankle. We're going to find our way into warrior two, extending the hands out towards the short edges of the mat. Imagine that you're getting pulled backwards by those right fingers. Almost like you're lifting up and slightly back. A nice slow deep breath here, and we're gonna find our dancing warrior, starting with our reverse warrior. Flip the left palm up towards the sky. Inhale, reach those left fingers up towards the sky. Right hand towards the right thigh, reaching up and back, kind of that rainbow shape. And with our exhale, slowly come back into our warrior two, bringing the hands back out in front of us. Excellent work. Finding our extended side angle pose. Left forearm comes towards the left thigh. Reach that right arm in towards the chest and extend that right arm along the right ear. So getting a little bit of a rotation into the collarbones, like you're gazing at the wall. Beautiful work. Take you down just a little bit lower into that left knee. Draw the belly in. Exhale, rise yourself back up into warrior two. Beautiful work. Straighten the front knee. Give the legs a little break. Inhaling fully. Exhale, rebend that left knee over the ankle. One more time like that. Inhale, flip the left palm. Reach the left hand up overhead. Right hand comes towards the right thigh. Reaching up and back. Excellent work. As you exhale, draw the belly in warrior two. Inhale fully. Exhale, extended side angle pose. Left forearm, left thigh, right arm extends along the right ear. So instead of reaching it up overhead, we want to pull it in towards the chest and then shine it along that right ear. It's a little bit easier in through the joint. Draw the belly in, feel that lengthening. Great job. Draw the belly in. Exhale, rise back up into warrior two. Beautiful work. Straighten the front knee. Draw the hands down through the hips. Swivel those left toes so they are also parallel with the short edge of the mat. Coming into our wide-legged forward fold. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to hinge forward from the hips, lower the torso down, down, down. Nice and slow. Lowering, softening, adding a gentle bend to the knees. Let the head dangle. A little nodding of the head. Yes and no. Beautiful work. Draw the belly in, take a gentle bend to the knees. As you exhale, begin to ragdoll yourself all the way back up through standing, stacking vertebrae on top of vertebrae. Head comes up last, so roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Great work. Start to heel toe the feet towards each other. We're going to meet back up at the back of our mat, coming into our Tadasana mountain pose. Sending the fingers down towards the floor, nice length in the spine, deep inhale. And exhale, completely side out. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, lift the gaze up. Exhale, open up the arms, swan dive forward, hinge from the hips, coming all the way back down. Inhale, place the hands on the shins, rise up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise ourselves all the way back up through standing, stacking vertebrae on top of vertebrae, arms come up, gaze up. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Great work. Root down in through that left foot, squeeze the left thigh, squeeze the left glute, staring at that non-moving spot at the front of the mat. Start to get light in the right foot. Reach that right knee up and exhale, take a big old step forward with that right foot. Heel toe that front foot forward just a little bit more and rotate the back foot so it is parallel-ish with the short edge of the mat. So you've almost got like a heel to heel or a heel to arch alignment. Trying to start to bend that right knee nice and deep over the right ankle. Feel like you're getting pulled backwards just a little bit and extend the arms out towards the short edge of the mat. Draw the shoulders down, finding our warrior two. Nice, slow, deep breath. In and out. Great job. Now starting to find our dancing warrior. We're going to flip the right palm up towards the sky. Inhale, reach the right hand up, left hand towards the left thigh, reaching up and back. Exhale, coming back into warrior two. Nice slow deep inhale. Exhale, extended side angle pose. Right forearm comes towards the right thigh. Left arm pulls in towards the body and then extends along that left ear, creating that nice long line of energy from the ankle down towards the ear. Draw the belly in. Exhale, rise back up into warrior two. Flipping, reversing the warrior. Flip the palm. Inhale, reach that right hand up towards the sky. Left hand back towards the thigh. Exhale, coming back into warrior two. Extended side angle pose. Bring the right forearm towards the right thigh. Left arm extends along the left ear. Nice length there in the side body. Keep breathing steady and slow. Beautiful work. Draw the lower belly in. As you exhale, rise back up into warrior two. Beautiful. Straighten that front knee. Swivel the right toes so they are parallel-ish with the short edge of the mat. This time, bring the hands back behind the hips. We're going to take a bound, wide-legged forward fold. Draw the belly in, lengthen through the spine. As you exhale, slowly hinge forward from the hips, throwing the torso down, down, down. Let the knuckles up. Allow the head to be nice and heavy. At any point, if you'd like to release the bind of the arms, you're welcome to do so. Just make sure you do it with control. Nice, slow, deep breaths here. Great work. Bring the hands back down towards the hips, add a gentle bend to the knees. Draw the belly in, slowly begin to ragdoll yourself all the way back up through standing, stacking vertebrae on top of vertebrae. Release the bind of the hands, roll the shoulders one time forward, up, back, and down. Great job. We're going to pull the heels towards each other one time so the toes point towards the outer edges of the mat. Bringing the hands down towards the thighs, we're going to move into our goddess pose. Slowly, as you exhale, bend the knees over the ankles, sitting the hips down. Keep the spine nice and tall here, like you're sitting up riding a horse, like you just lower down on an elevator. So sinking the tailbone, tucking the tailbone, keeping the belly drawn in. Now getting a little bit of a rotation here in our goddess posture. Slowly lower the right shoulder down towards the center of the mat, bring the gaze towards the left shoulder. So we're lowering that right shoulder down, using the pressure of the right hand against the right thigh to get a stretch through the right side body. Great job. Bring yourself back through neutral. Inhaling and then exhale, switch sides. Lower the left shoulder down, gaze over the right. Press into that left hand. Feel that lengthening of the left side. Great job. Slowly, as you exhale, come back through center. Push into the feet. Rise yourself up to stand. Beautiful. We'll bring the feet towards each other. We're going to take a step towards the back of the mat, finding our Tadasana mountain pose. Nice slow deep breath here. Roll the shoulders forward, up, back and down. Beautiful. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead, lift the gaze up. Exhale, open up the arms, swan dive forward, hinge from the hips. Bring the hands toward the shins. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees enough that you can plant the hands at the mat. We're going to start to walk the hands back out forward into our plank pose. Hands come towards the top of the mat, feet towards the back of the mat. Keep the belly engaged. Nice, slow, deep breath here. And as you exhale, lower the knees down towards the floor. Bend the elbows, lower the chest all the way down towards the floor. That half push-up. Sending the legs out back behind you. Squeeze the muscles of the legs. As you inhale, push into the palms, finding your low cobra. Lift the chest up, lift the gaze up. Exhale, lower the chest all the way back down towards the floor. Keep the knees planted into the ground. As you exhale, push into the palms. Rise yourself up through table and then come down into child's pose. Bring the hips and the heels towards each other up the back of the mat. Take a few slow, deep rounds of breath here in our child's pose. Breathing steady and slow. Slowing down our heart rate. Slow, deep breaths. Beginning to slow down the heart rate, slow down the breath, and getting ourselves prepared for our restorative Yoga Nidra portion of today's practice. With your next exhale, slowly help press into the palms, sit yourself back up, lower the hips down towards the floor, and find a comfortable seated posture. We'll start to build our props up for our restorative practice and our Yoga Nidra. We'll bring this small bolster over towards the left side of the mat, and we'll bring the block towards the smallest setting or the lowest setting, and we'll create the lowest ramp for ourselves using the big bolster. I'm going to place the big bolster on top of the block, blocks at the back of the mat. Give your bolster a little push here, make sure it's nice and stable. Bringing the base of the hips to the back of the bolster. We'll slowly lower ourselves down onto the bolster. And get yourself comfortable here. The point where the forearms, so the hands can kind of rest on the ground. They don't feel like you're having to hold them or support them. You can just rest there on the ground. We'll extend the right leg out nice and long. We're going to start with our supine tree pose with the chest elevated. So that left knee is going to bend and open out towards the left side of the mat, supported by the bolster. So that little bend. And feel free to make any adjustments in the location of that little bolster. You might want a deeper stretch, so you move the bolster a little closer towards the knee. Maybe it's a little closer towards the hip. You just start to settle in here, feeling a little bit of comfort. We'll take a nice, slow, deep inhale. Pausing at the top. And as you exhale, open the mouth and let it sigh out. We'll pause again at the bottom, just savoring that emptiness. And inhale to breathe in through the nose. Pausing at the top. Open the mouth and sigh it out. One more time like that. Inhaling fully. Pause. And then sigh. Coming to rest here, allow the right leg to be completely soft, completely relaxed. So with our restorative yoga practice, we don't need to come into our deepest variations of these poses. If at any time during your practice you'd like some additional support underneath the head or underneath the body, you can just give me a little wiggle. I'll come over and provide those extra supports. Feel free to scan the body quickly, seeing if there's any place that you can just become a little bit more comfortable. Scan the body briefly and just see if there's any way that you can become just 2% more comfortable. Maybe a gentle shimmy, a clothing adjustment, maybe a sip of water before we settle into our Yoga Nidra. In the practice that follows, we will begin feeling through the sensory web of awareness and feel a sense of well-being in the body. Take a breath in through the nose and clench the mouth and the jaw. And on your exhale, open the jaw, relax the jaw, and swallow to clear the throat. Your next inhale, draw the shoulders up to the ears, squeezing them up. And as you exhale, pull the shoulders down and roll them back onto the body. Your next inhale. And as you exhale, send the breath to relax the upper arms, elbows, and forearms. Inhale. And as you exhale, roll the wrists out and open and close the palms. Inhale. Feel the chest and the belly expand. And exhale, let the entire front of the body soften. Inhale and squeeze the legs and the buttocks. And as you exhale, release those muscles down into the earth. Inhale and flex the toes back towards the shins, activating the calf muscles. And as you exhale, relax the feet, relax the calf muscles. Rock. Wiggle the toes gently. And relax. And start to switch the sides of our supine tree. Slowly, gently lift the left knee back up towards the sky and extends that left leg out nice and long. Taking a moment here just to savor that experience, noticing those changes in sensation. As you're ready, you can bring that bolster over to the right side of the body. In a similar location, making adjustments as needed. We'll bend the right knee and slowly open that right knee out onto the bolster. Making any adjustments as far as the location of the bolster, allowing yourself to settle in, finding that place of comfort and relaxation again. Left toes, left feet can be totally relaxed. Settling back in, find just that 2% more comfort. Observe the body as completely relaxed. Allow the thinking minds to settle and just experience the body as sensation. We'll bring our awareness to our mouth and jaw. Release any thinking and allow for total awareness of the mouth, jaw, tongue, teeth, and throat. Allow the thinking mind to take a back seat and just allow awareness of the body. Become aware of the sounds entering in through the right ear and the left ear. Welcome the sensation of both ears at the same time. Savoring just that radiant sensation. Sense the cheeks, the nose, and the flow of breath in and out of the nostrils. Sense the right closed eye and the left closed eye. Experience the sensations of both closed eyes. Noticing any patterns or colors on the back of your eyelids. Just noticing without thinking. Sense your forehead, soft and smooth. Sense the scalp, the back of the head, face, jaw, and neck as relaxed and easy Sense your right shoulder, your left shoulder, the right forearm, and the left forearm, right elbow, left elbow. Right wrist, left wrist. Right palm, left palm. Right fingers, left fingers. Sense the whole right arm from fingertips to shoulder. Sense the whole left arm. Sense both arms at the same time. We'll start to release this supine tree pose, slowly lifting the right knee back up and extending the right leg out nice and long. You can open the legs out as wide as you would like, letting the toes fall out towards the outer edges of the mat. And if you would like me to come around and bring that bolster to support underneath the knees, just give me a little wiggle. Allow yourselves to stay in a calm, peaceful state as we transition to this posture. Settling in again, becoming just 2% more comfortable. Bring your awareness back to your breath, the rising and falling of the chest as you breathe slow and steady. Sense your right side of the chest and the left side of the chest. The right side of your abdomen and the left side of your abdomen. Your lower belly. And bringing your awareness to your lower back, your middle back, and the upper back. Sense the whole back side of the body. Now sensing the whole torso, front and back simultaneously. Now bring your awareness to your right hip and your left hip, your right thigh and your left thigh, your right knee, your left knee, your right shin and your left shin, your right ankle and your left ankle. Your right foot and your left foot. The sole of the right foot and the sole of the left foot. The right calf and the left calf. The back of the right thigh and the back of the left thigh. Sense the right leg, the whole right leg, and sense the left leg. Sense both legs at the same time. Sense the whole body. Feel the whole body resting. Notice the spacious openness of our pure awareness, allowing for the arising of sensations as an observer. Feel the sensations coming and going with awareness. Being aware of the sensation of breathing. The sensation of the beating of the heart. And the sensation of your whole body relaxed. Observe the sensations of peace, contentment, and joy, spreading through your entire body. Observe the ever-present sensation of well-being spread throughout the entire body. With each inhalation, feel the expansive quality of awareness. And with every exhalation, feel the sensation of warmth, security, and well-being radiate throughout the entire body. Allow your undivided attention to be focused on feeling your entire body as a field of sensation in which all things are arising. Continue observing any sensations, feelings, memories, or emotions Notice them arising and welcome them as messengers. Noticing any of these emotions, feelings, memories, or sensations, and simply acknowledging them and welcoming them into your awareness. Now, if there is one particular sensation, feeling, memory, or emotion that has made itself present, simply become aware of it without judgment. Now bring to mind the opposite of this sensation, memory, feeling, or emotion. Being aware of this opposite sensation or memory. And notice what happens to the thinking mind when you bring both the feeling, the original sensation or memory, and its opposite into your awareness. Holding both as sensations. And experience the quality of presence. Feeling aware and relaxed. Intelligent and objective. Feeling authentic and peaceful. Feel the sensations of emptiness and expansiveness. But at the same time, feeling fullness and power. Rest here, feeling a sensation of complete presence. As you are ready, begin to awaken the inner ears to the sensation of sound. Awaken the ears to the sensation of sound vibrating in the inner ear. Continue to allow the body to awaken by inviting the sensation of touch to the fingers as you rub the thumb across the pads of the index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky finger. Gently swallow and clear the throat, inviting the sensation of taste. Keeping the eyes closed, you can gently bring the inner eyes to rotate towards the right and towards the left. Slowly, very slowly, if it feels right to you, we'll begin to bend the knees and plant the soles of the feet. Gently shifting the hips to feel comfortable here with the knees bent and the feet planted. Still resting on our back. Take a nice, slow, deep inhale. Now, as you exhale, we'll start to lower the knees over towards the right side of the mat, bringing the hips over towards the left. We're going to roll over to rest our belly on the bolster. So the hips will lower, the knees will come over towards the right side of the mat, and we'll bring the right hand over towards the other side of the mat, letting the belly lay on the bolster, resting on the right cheek. So coming to rest in our deer pose. Resting on the right cheek, knees over towards the right. Maybe lengthening out that top leg if you'd like, or just keeping the knees bent. We'll take 5 minutes here, so feel free to get yourself nice and comfortable. Snuggling in with the bolster, nestling down, resting on the cheek. Getting a gentle twist here. Keeping the top leg straight doesn't feel as comfortable to you. Feel free to bend that knee again. Just curling up here. Rest in place, comfort. Allowing yourself to just become 2% more comfortable. You might bring back to mind your dedication or intention that you made at the beginning of class. I invite you to spend some time in the mind's eye, experiencing and feeling that dedication or intention as though it is already present. Not needing to focus on what to do or the steps to get there. But just allowing yourself to savor the emotions or the physical senses present with that dedication or intention. And take 2 more minutes here on this side. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, slowly, gently pressing into the palms, pressing yourself up off the bolster. You can keep the eyes closed or the gaze just gently soft. We're going to make our way over onto the other side. So we'll bring the knees up and over to the left side of the mat, bringing the hips over towards the right. Keeping the spine nice and long at first. As you exhale, lower the belly down onto the bolster, resting on the left cheek. Settling in with any little movements that help you become just a little more comfortable. Take some long, slow breaths. Feeling the sensation of the air move in and out through the nose. Continue to be aware of the thoughts in your mind. See if you can maintain just an observer status with the mind. Not needing to interrupt the thoughts as they arise. Just noticing them and being aware of those thoughts. You could even imagine the thoughts as they come into the mind, allowing them to drift away on a gentle babbling creek. Placing the thoughts on the water and just letting them get washed downstream. And take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, pressing into the hands, slowly, gently helping yourself rise back up into a comfortable seated position. No rush or no urgency. Taking your time, maybe letting the eyes stay closed and the gaze softly lowered. Take a moment just to maybe savor any residual calmness. Noticing in through the body, the mind, and the emotions. We'll take an inhale together, lifting the arms up overhead. And exhale to draw the hands down through heart center. May our practice be of benefit to all beings. Thank you and namaste.
Namaste.